What the are you doing here, little buddy? Have a rest. Just relax. Take a load off your feet.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hello everyone. Up today, we have a little update on the Pogonomyrmex Barbatus. Recently, I think they've really turned a corner, but they're also going to get a little upgrade. So let's jump straight in. Fathead Red and her family have been doing brilliant inside of their little Antantix nest. Since spring rolled around, she's been chucking out the babies. Every time I look in on them, the huge piles of creamy brood just fill me with happiness, to be honest. I'm definitely confident that things are heading in the right direction though. Outside the nest, they still have their little tub as an outworld. It's been serving them really well. Despite it looking a little bit rough sometimes, it does have its perks. When you're not looking through the plastic, you get a crystal clear view of the ants, and it's lovely and open, so I can really get my head stuck in there. I think the ants honestly quite enjoy it as well. They've got their little access ramp to get in and out of the nest, and it seems to suit them. Hey, this tub does make filming the ants quite easy though. The clear view has also allowed me to spot a feature of the Pogonomyrmex that I'd never spotted before as well. Not sure how I missed it for so long, or maybe I just forgot that I spotted it, but these girls have little spikes. Between their thorax and their petiole, there's a pair of little barbs. I'd presume these are to guard that little thin linkage in between to stop other ants coming over and chopping them in half. It was a pleasant surprise though to find out that they had them. After looking at them for so long, you kind of sometimes think, oh, I've seen it all, but no, haven't been looking enough. Number wise in the outworld as well, things have been really nice. Over Christmas, there was a maximum of maybe 10 workers out in the outworld. However now, well, it's normal that there's 40 workers out. The best bit about all of these workers being out too is inside of the nest. It doesn't even look like any of them are out. There's still just as many ants in the nest, even though there's another 40 in the outworld. I think this colony may have over 100 workers now in total. Reaching this milestone seems to have spurred on the girls as well to produce some larger workers. I call this girl Hercules, but she is a beast. Her head is at least twice the size of the majority of the other workers. And look at the size of her barbs and things. She's just a giant. I believe this girl is the larvae that I was confused was going to be a major. That was before I got told that Barbatus don't make majors. But she's a beast of a worker. I love her. Let's have a good look inside of the nest too. Throughout the nest, the ants have separated all of the chambers into different purposes. The deepest chamber contains the queen and all of the smaller larvae, and I'd presume the eggs at this point. On the subject of eggs, I hadn't actually seen any for a long time. However, I knew there must be some about somewhere as there were so many larvae. We'll talk about the eggs more though in a bit. All through the queen's chamber, the brood were munching away at little bits of exoskeletons. When I saw this freshly enclosed worker helping to soften the food, I thought it was really sweet as well. Even though she'd just been born, she's already trying to help out her little sisters. I do also wonder what she's up to. I do suspect that she's hydrating the exoskeleton so it becomes a little bit softer, and she may be, additionally, adding a little bit of chitinase. Ants have chitinase present in their digestive system for breaking down chitin, and for this purpose, it would be excellent. It would definitely save a lot of energy on chomping though, to slightly break down the chitin, so I'd love to experiment to see if it's present. When feeding bugs to the pogos, I've also noticed that they will eat every single bit if they can. Back on the subject of eggs though, I noticed that the larvae had a gradient. On the left hand side were bigger larvae, and as it slowly went to the right, the larvae were getting smaller and smaller. Extrapolating this trend, I figured the eggs must be right at the end because they're the smallest of all. And what do I spot when I peek my little camera in? Two little workers cuddled around a small pile of eggs. I hadn't seen any eggs for months, so it was a nice relief to see them, but I figured they were there. Another girl in need of some chitinase is this poor little worker. She's had a failed molt and some of the exoskeleton has become stuck on her legs and mandibles. I'm not sure what's going to happen to her and I can't help her because the nest is sealed. Fingers crossed. As long as the queen keeps chugging on though, I'm quite happy. Just around the corner to that brood chamber is a large seed chamber. That's also accompanied by another smaller seed chamber in the other nest. And up from that, whoa! I love this pile of brood. It fills me with so much faith that this colony is doing brilliantly. And that's why I think they deserve a promotion, if you will. These girls, I think, are now mature. There was a time when I'd look in at the colony and I'd be worried that maybe something had happened to the queen or maybe everything wasn't heading in the right direction. But now, I believe in them. I'm confident when I look in that things are going to look really good and there's no worrying at all anymore. The queen has really done her job excellently and has got the girls off to a flying start. Because I was so happy with them, and also because I'd modified the shelf so I could fit a bigger outworld, I decided it was time to get rid of the annoying little bit of pipe that they're filling with trash now, and the other outworld. In its place, an older, colour coordinated Antantics outworld. As with most upgrades, all I had to do was unplug a few bits of pipe and hope that I didn't let all of the ants out. It's not too hard. I also feel the pogos are rubbish climbers, so I didn't apply a barrier to their outworld. I thought they would never get up there, so they won't need one. Another thing that goes hand in hand with their new maturity is these girls have a newfound confidence. When a new area is added, they are straight in there. No hesitation, no worrying about other predators being there. They just run straight in like they own the place. After taking the old outworld off as well, I was left with quite a few ants that were in the wrong place. It wasn't too hard though, disconnect it all up. And I started with the piece of pipe, I just banged all of the ants out. This is the part which really annoys me. I'd spent ages cleaning the whole outworld so it was sparkling, and when I went to bang these girls out of the tube, I knocked a load of rubbish in. I was not happy about it at all, to be fair, and yeah, it's really annoying that I'd literally spent 20 minutes just before just trying to get the tiniest little bits of dust out, and I'd already messed it up. To rub salt in the wounds as well, the pogos started climbing the walls. Maybe their climbing ability is better than I thought. Nothing a little lid won't fix for a few minutes though. To get them out of the outworld as well, I was just going to suck them up. But I thought, you know what, I'll try and move as many dandelions as I can so I don't end up sucking loads up. And that went really well until these last two ants. And as you can see, I just sucked up loads of dandelions. That meant that the pooter was full of dandelions as well, which I had to empty into the new nest. As if the first wave of rubbish messing up the floor wasn't bad enough. I just done this. It was this time too that one of the ants managed to escape. I'm not sure how, but I got a feeling she just walked straight out the top. Some of the other girls were getting quite close. I really don't want to get stung by these, so it was time to add a barrier. It's a bit of a rough one, but I didn't want to add too much because it'll crack the acrylic. It seemed the new outworld had really got the attention of the girls. After about 10 minutes, there were so many ants outside. I guess they're just checking out their new extension. They seem pretty happy though, and aesthetically, I think the outworld looks great on them. The black and red go together quite good and pop nicely. To say thanks for being so nice when I was moving them, I gave them some dandelion seeds as well. I then stuck them back in the cupboard and left them be. As I've said before, this colony is going to AntCon as well, and until then, I don't think I'm going to make another upgrade on them. That's because I want people going to AntCon to have a little surprise waiting for them, even if it's a little one. I will be filming an update on them at AntCon as well, so yeah, next update, early June latest. Anyway, thanks for watching today's video, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have a fabulous week, may your ants live long and prosper, and bye!